This narration is for educational purposes only. It is not buy or sell recommendations. Good morning, fellow ES traders. This is the narration of the ESH5 for 12/17/24. So we'll look at this candlestick chart, daily candlestick, and I have a volume profile overlay. Let's see, drag this over. Put this on. Okay, so we're opening in a gap down, a fair amount too. And we have a naked volume from, let's see, what was that, Monday? Oh, no, Friday. So this is Monday. We have our micro composite of these 6 days together and a naked volume point of control from Monday. So, being that we've opened in a gap down, my first thought would be a little bit of a short squeeze in the beginning, maybe some profit taking, and then potential continuation down. This is the trend that we're going to continue on. The first targets would be this value area here, low volume node, and then down to this micro composite. And then if we trend up, we're right at a high volume node, so that would be resistance, low volume node, and then our micro composite and naked VPOC up here. So we're opening lower outside of range because we're opening below yesterday's low. If we opened in between the close and low, it'd be lower inside range, but we're opening lower outside of range. So we have a 98% chance of the IB, H, or L, 91% chance of overnight high or low, 82% chance of overnight VPOC, 70% chance of overnight low. So that in itself, that's 70% chance plus 90% chance of either one getting taken out, but that 70% chance of the low speaks to me that we might tag that first. But 69% chance of IB high as well. So let's see what we get. So those are the areas I'm looking at. These have already up. Actually, yeah, no, this is, oh yeah, we're on replay mode, so yeah, this is real time. Alright, we have 8:30 RTH open. Immediately see a sell sweep and a buy sweep, so it's kind of conflicting information there. Let's see here. VPOC didn't reset. Usually that VPOC should reset at 8:30 and didn't. Let's throw things off a little bit. So we have sellers in control. Let's go ahead and mark this opening. Give us a line there. So, potential, if you're quick enough, I mean, this isn't a trade for me. I don't trade the open in hindsight, of course, but if your thesis is to go short, if we have a immediate rejection of this price and then a retest, those typically are something to observe, not trade recommendation, but those retests are good to keep an eye on. And the sweeps indicator on these buy sweeps could potentially mean an immediate reversal too. So if we get buy sweeps going up, then there's a chance of it going down actually. So sellers are in control. Got a high volume area here. Just keep an eye on that. Alright, so we get a bounce off that high volume area. I'm going to go test the opening. So no trade for me yet, although this could have been something. The VPOC, well, the VPOC didn't reset, so that's kind of throwing things off a little bit. Can't really use that right now. But now we're just in the tight range of that high volume node here, and now this high volume area, just a little bit lower than that opening swing. Kind of just range bound right now. But these little microstructures are good to keep an eye on where they create these high volume nodes. You talk about mean reversion in a higher time frame with the VPOC and price creating these distribution areas of just back and forth price checks until we fall out of balance, and those are the potential areas you can keep an eye on where the stops are. All right, so if we break above this range and have a retest, all the shorts that were taking short positions in here, there's a good chance they're going to get stopped out, which is fuel for a move up. All right, so if we have all these shorts in here putting their stops just above the highest point, they're going to get run over. Just like on these buy stops. This buy stop sweeps here, all these buy stops. The shorts are getting taken out. But we got sellers still coming in, absorbing these buyers. So these buyers absorb these shorts here, but price went up. So now these shorts are underwater. Good chance here. We got 166 buy stops there. So wasn't a perfect retest, but it's an area to observe. We break out of range, come back down. Moving up. Something I'm keeping an eye on is that IB. Let's see where we end up. So we go test price up here, too high. Price moves down. So I can label this area. Now we create these low volume nodes. Now we have this upper distribution here to here. I mean, you can even get into more of a micro analysis, but so we drop below. Now all these buyers here and take stops most likely. All these sell stops will start getting triggered. So we have a sell sweep reversal. Now this is something interesting. Well, yeah, VPOC. One trade, I thought that was the VPOC, but still almost the same thing. I mean, this is a high volume node from earlier, so potential short VWAP back down to here. It's enough range to get scaled. Not trade recommendation, but did it twice. Good. mark this area, this high volume node for this distribution. Excuse me. Alright, 9:30, so now we have our IB. So, something I like to keep an eye on. Excuse me. Now, this could be considered an IBF. So, instead of being at the low, breaking through, coming back, test, and resumption down, we didn't actually ever break it. We tested it and then bounced off of it. So if longs were your thesis, you know, if you saw a reversal here, which in hindsight it did, but it's something to observe. And you get, it's kind of a counter trend trade, but as long as you vet it and it's something that you want to do. Now this was some news I think was released here. So we had this reaction to some news I think that was released and kind of threw a lot of people in chat were short. Got ran over on that one. After this, it was kind of get to a point mentally where short, long, you don't know what's going on. You've lost alignment. It's better just to walk away. That was me today for sure. I did take a trade. It didn't record it. I think it was a short, and it was I didn't hold it. Actually, it was a long, yeah. But I didn't only hold it through a couple points and sold. But it was at an area where it was a proper structured trade, but I just got emotional, wanted to take profits. I took 2 trades yesterday, lost $30, so probably had something to do with it. Let's see, let's mark this area up here. These are the high volume nodes. And price has a tendency to go check these areas. So we're just trying to create an edge, a statistical edge of where you might get risk on and anticipate what price you're anticipating to participate. So if you're anticipating, price check to here and then a short to here, and then your risk to reward, whatever that may be, your tolerance of. But those are in a developing time frame, what you're looking for, where you want to get long or short, where's your target, do you have enough range? Some people like to scalp. It's not for me. Definitely not looking to do 1 or 2 point chop and take a lot of stops. But for some people, they do well with it. I think that's the biggest thing to consider, is where you have confidence in whatever edge you choose to pick, and practice risk management. But developing a plan, that's things that I do, is looking for areas of interest where you could have a potential impulsive move, the stops. So all these longs here are going to get stopped out, especially these late longs. You're buying up here thinking it's going to the moon, you're going to get stopped out. And those stops add fuel. So you're kind of thinking like a retail trader, but not trading like one. You want to know where retail traders are putting their stops and use it against them. And that's the money that they're taking. So it's kind of a pretty balanced day with some high volatility earlier. I think that move on the news kind of screwed everything up. I think we were getting ready to head. My VPOC is not right. It's not from some reason it didn't record the way it should have. But I remember we were more on the short side, and then that news hit, and it kind of just crazy volatility going on. And that's difficult to trade. I mean, if you're short down here, gonna have a act quick on taking your stop. So that's it for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow.